Welcome back to another episode of Raving and Reviewing. My name is R, and this is my co-host V.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Today we are reviewing another episode of Marvel's What If, Episode 3, What If the World Lost Its Mightiest Heroes?
Oh, yeah, interesting concept for sure.
Yeah, so I
I think,
guess it takes
God.
place
Mm-hmm.
around, I guess, like an interesting theory of Iron Man 2, Thor, and the Hulk movies all taking place around the same time,
Yep.
which is like kind of crazy to think about. Like that Hulk, I guess Hulk movie happened already. He's just in hiding.
Yeah, this
And
was
then Iron
interesting
Man
that
2 when
they,
he has to figure out
they
his virus and Thor's
yeah,
hammer appear the same week. This episode
yeah,
all happens within 5 days. Or something, only a week at least.
yeah, yeah. I think it was maybe a couple of days in between there, but it didn't look like there was a long stretch between the events happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. I kind of it started out with you kind of meet your Iron Man, your Black Widow, right? And then you just one by one, like the first 10 minutes, just watch all of our like Avengers get destroyed.
Yeah.
Some kind of self destruct, like Bruce, who just kind of pops up. You don't know what's happened. Like when I first watched it, I thought like the Hulk was hulking out to a point where because he says I can't be killed, and he seems really upset about that. So I'm like, oh, did he just figure out how to like self combust and like psychologically like psych himself out and then just blew himself up? Because it was kind of confusing when I first watched it.
No, I
And
kind of got that he wasn't controlling that, but it was a weird. The Hulk dying was kind of a weird one because it is
yeah,
you don't know because he's known to not die. Like that's his
yeah,
thing.
yeah. It was
Um,
interesting. This is the first time we saw Betty Ross's character
Simpson,
in the MCU.
2008.
Yeah, which I don't really know if I count those. Like, I know they said that these movies were part of the MCU, but like, I don't know if I really count that.
No, I think it's just kind of like they're just trying to take parts of that and then just they're bringing it into the MCU now in like Phase 4
Right.
with like Hulk is going to be in She-Hulk and then Ross has been in the Civil War and Avengers movies. Like they
Mm-hmm.
took and then Tim Roth, bad guy Abomination is going to be in Shang-Chi. So like
Right.
I think that 2008 Hulk movie isn't like great. It doesn't really like hold to the what MCU is, but it is kind of just they took the parts they want and kind
Yeah,
of just
it's part of
made
the
it big.
story, but not a main part, I suppose. Right.
Yeah.
It worked for this episode. I think it was interesting to see like Bruce's
Other side.
beginning story. Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
because we like the Bruce we know, right? He never
Mm-hmm.
really had an origin story, so it was kind of nice to see them make a connection through What If, even though this is technically supposed to be a different world or whatever, different universe, whatever they're
Yeah.
describing it as. I at first I thought it was Jane when Black Widow approached that lady. I was like, oh, she's like looking for Thor's girlfriend or whatever, and then I realized, oh no, that's the girl from the Hulk movies.
You know who
Which
I
I
thought
don't
it
know
was
if the
originally?
lady who
The lady from Iron Man 3. The lady that works with AIM, the botanist lady that has the plants.
the one who
And
gets
Tony's.
kidnapped.
Yeah. Yeah, the one
Yeah.
that Tony sleeps with in the flashback.
Oh
And
yeah,
then she
yeah,
comes
yeah.
back later.
Right.
I know it was her, because it kind of looks like her. Animated.
Oh yeah, was that Kate Mars character, the one
Mm.
who played Miss Invisible or whatever from Fantastic?
No, 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 not at all.
No, the actress.
No.
No. Oh, I could have sworn. Okay, maybe I misremembered. I'll look it up and prove you wrong. I think. Maybe not. Maybe not. No, it's some lady named Rebecca Hall.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so you proved me wrong. Whatever.
But she does look kind of like the animated character.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. But she wasn't like a sciencey. I thought she was a journalist
No, she's a
for some reason.
botanist.
I
She
might be
made the
confusing movies.
technology
Yes.
for whatever they did.
Whatever they, yeah, when they were shining and glowing. Yeah. Okay, I could see that. But yeah, they eventually explained it. I think the first half of the episode was quite rushed, but I was okay with it because I understood what they were trying to do, right? They were just trying to
Yeah.
show, oh, all of these like our superheroes got destroyed this way. Um, Black Widow gets like in trouble, or she
Blamed
gets,
for the murder of
yeah, she
Tony
gets
Stark.
blamed. And then Nick Fury, really, who actually was quite a main part of the show. We haven't talked about him yet.
Mm-hmm.
But he still believes her, and then she's kind of on the mission to find Bruce and make sure he's okay. And then she finds something out which we could get into later, and then she kind of gets taken. I thought it kind of reminded me of that scene in Taken where the daughter is getting pulled out of the underneath the bed when she's getting arrested. She
Oh,
calls
and
her dad.
when she's in the little like secret lab area.
Yeah, the
Okay,
towards the
yeah, I
end.
could see that. Yeah.
And so that's how she goes. Hawkeye, they made it look like suicide.
Well, he's plant framed as he shot Thor,
Thor, yeah.
and then like he kind of just dies in the cell.
And that's how Thor dies too. And Tony he takes some kind of poison that Black Widow gets in trouble for. And so they all kind of destruct or self-destruct in certain instances. Then it's like, okay, what's going on? I kind of like the twist of, well, before even that twist of who does it, Loki kind of pops in out of nowhere, right? I was just like,
yeah.
At that point, I'm like, what is going on? Like, why is Loki here? But I like how they used Loki in this episode, right? Yeah. He's kind of there to pick up Thor's hammer because Thor's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, his scenes were kind of funny. I think they were comic relief in this episode. There wasn't too much of that. It's a pretty serious episode, all in all. Kind of a murder mystery.
I think the concept of this episode was good, but I think again the 30-minute time limit.
It's too short.
Holding it back. Like it's definitely short. Like
very rushed.
If this was like a maybe hour and 15, 20-minute movie, or just a spin-off, just 1 hour episode, I think could have done better. Because you're having like Samuel Jackson, he's voicing it. He's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Hulk was I was like, oh, is that really Hulk? And it was, and I was like, that's pretty good.
Oh, it was Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah, that was Mark Ruffalo. But I don't, because
it
that's
looked
not
like
Iron
him.
Man. Yeah, it looked like him too. I think Mark Ruffalo's one was one of the better
drawn
characters.
Yeah, I was gonna say in this episode they didn't even try to make anyone look like their actors. Like Scarlett Johansson was not, like, she did not look like the Black Widow.
It's not her. It's what, but I think her name's like Lake something.
Oh, Lake Bell.
Yeah, Lake Bell.
Yeah. Okay. So they based like even the look on the voice actor?
No, not really. Like the Iron Man guy actor is someone else, and he's played Iron Man before in other animated shows.
Okay. Mick
Winghart.
Okay. Jeremy Renner came back.
Oh, Jeremy Renner did play Hawkeye. I mean, he had just 5 lines or so.
Yeah, it wasn't that
Frank
long.
Grillo was back as Rumlow when he fights.
Oh, that is, yes.
They got Loki back as Tom Hiddleston, and
yes, that we could recognize that she came to.
Yeah.
They didn't care.
Captain Marvel, not some random lady.
Captain Marvel. Okay, someone else.
I don't know. It's like they had the chance to make her cool in this episode,
and she just comes in at the end again. It's the same thing they did for
this
Avengers.
The actual MCU.
Yeah, like she just
I don't know why they're not using her.
No one likes her.
It was such a waste.
No one likes her.
It's such a waste of a concept that, like, if all the Avengers died, Captain Marvel would have came to save everyone.
Yeah.
But they did it.
I know. They didn't really do much.
What did you think of Loki taking over the world by the end of this?
At the end, I'm like, well, is this how this is ending? Like, I want more of this. Let's go. Explain to me.
Loki is the
Loki
ruler.
gets what he wants.
Actually, agreed to that.
Yeah, right. I did like Loki in this. I'm not gonna lie. I think he was used well.
Yeah, I mean, him raging war against the world and creating a second, like, fucking ice age or something, whatever he was planning to do.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
That's what he said.
Because, like, he doesn't do that.
No.
Like, I thought the coolest thing was they brought back the destroyer, like that little like Sentinel bot that's from the
Yeah.
first movie that
Mm.
like he originally sends out like to find Thor, attack Thor. I guess I don't know. I gotta rewatch Thor 1, but it's cool to like them reference that back because that Sentinel bot was defeated in one movie, but like
Yeah.
it's actually like one of Thor's biggest enemies. Like it's a major thing from
In the
Asgard.
comics. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um.
Loki was good in this though.
Yeah. I mean, he does a pretty great job. They're using his old hairstyle from
I
the first
know.
movie.
I
I was
know.
laughing at that.
Honestly, it's not like his hairstyle in Loki was any good, like in the show. Like,
No, only in Ragnarok he's had good hair.
yeah, right. It's so greasy, and it looks like a helmet otherwise. But
No.
that's fine. His
And then
animated hair is what it is.
no, I did like that. I think they kind of referenced his speech that he has in Avengers when
Yeah.
he's in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Like the speech he says in this episode is similar lines, I think, to the one that he says in Germany, and then Iron Man and Captain America attack him.
Mm-hmm.
That's the speech he's giving, which is kind of cool. I like seeing that.
Yeah, it seems like most of like everything else was going the way it was supposed to, and like I was just it's funny because when I was watching, I was like, it's so random. Why is Loki in this? And then I realized that, oh my god, he was actually the main villain in Avengers. I don't even think about him as a villain anymore
done so
because
much.
he's done everything else, and he's just been bounced around to being like a good evil character to then being a maybe not so evil character to maybe okay he might be a good character and then he's just being a mischievous selfish like he's just been bounced around in so many. I feel like him and Nebula too, like I forget that she used to be evil.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It bounced her around a lot too, but in a good way. But then I was like, that's why he's in this. I forgot he
Did
has
you
a storyline in Avengers.
did you see the twist with Nick Fury being Loki from the start?
Not from the start. I only saw it when I saw him zoom by, and I was like, "Oh, that's Loki." When he was just like, "Wow, how'd you do that?" I saw it after that.
As soon as he's like, "Oh, you're a spy for a fucking like old guy or something."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's Loki," because he approaches the Sentinel or the Destroyer, and he's like, "Where's your leader?" And then I was like, I got this."
That's why I like that.
Up between Samuel Jackson and
I definitely like that, but I think
more conversations between the two.
Yeah, I think what I think's gonna happen. The last episode's gonna happen because they're leaving all these. I guess one or two things. Either the last episode they're gonna try to solve some things with all these open-ended endings, or this is gonna spill into like later stuff in the MCU, which is probably more likely than them trying to solve everything at the end of like a 30-minute episode.
I mean, I could see it just being like season 2, just as like the sequels to each of these episodes.
Oh yeah, season 2 as well. I forget.
I'd rather just see something new. Like this episode ended with him opening Captain America's shield, and then Captain Marvel coming down. It's like I don't
unless
really
to them,
want to
what
see
if
a
is
episode with them two really like
Captain Marvel and
teaming up. I don't. I mean,
it doesn't look like she's going to be that important.
Yeah, I mean, she's not even being voiced by the person, so I don't think they gave her a big storyline.
No, exactly. I think what they might just use What If as an opportunity to just like leave a bunch of storylines open out in like the ether of the MCU. And then eventually maybe if they're planning on doing some big movie or something and they wanted to bring a villain back, maybe they'll bring someone back from like the What If era, like maybe evil Loki that ruled the Earth or Midgard, right?
Yeah.
He's more powerful because he was able to rule all humankind for however many years. So they bring him back as a villain in our MCU, right? Again, because I think they also want to leave room open to bring all of these actors back because they're such fan favorites. So What If might be a way for them to do that. I don't know. That's just another theory of mine.
Yeah, I saw this thing. Kevin Feige maybe was interviewed or quoted someone like pulled a line from his interview, and he's like, "We're gonna stop doing these like 7-movie contracts for actors. We're kind of just doing single contracts. So like they can do the movie and then we work on something else and then we work on something new." Because like Chris Evans was tied into like whatever 7 movies, 9 movies. and like he's tied up for 10 years, and it's like
Yeah.
actors now don't
He's
want that.
expressed that he wasn't happy about that.
Yeah, so I think they're taking that
So,
into like consideration too. So maybe this is
yeah.
like, oh, we'll just do 1 or 2 movies with them, and then that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that also sucks
Um
too. Like I want to see more.
yeah.
We
Yeah, cuz
didn't even
then these
mention.
actors will find other stuff
Yeah, but we
and
didn't
they'll
even
move on,
mention
right?
that the bad guy was Hank Pym by Michael Douglas,
I
voiced
was
by
gonna.
Michael
I was.
Douglas. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he actually voiced it. I like his voice. I find
Yeah.
it very calm and soothing. I really do. And I know there's a sad reason why he has the voice that he does, but I do really like his voice.
No, I like the concept that he's a bad guy because I mean, his daughter dies. His
Yeah.
wife has
I
already
like the
been
way they
dead.
did that too. Like you know how like it's just Scarlet
She finds that
oh
hope.
God, Black
She
Widow. I
says
was
hope.
gonna call her Scarlet Witch. Yeah, she's just like it's all about hope. It's all about hope, and I didn't make the connection until like he's just like, oh, hope, like the person. I'm like, oh, okay. And then like I thought it was gonna be hope. And then, but in earlier in the episode, they talked about her like dying because she actually finds some like her logged
The
in.
file, yeah. She's like, oh, this
Yeah,
person has logged in.
yeah. It's like, how is this person logged if she died? And I was like, oh, she was talking about hope. Then it was yeah. But I like that there was a little bit of mystery to it, and
Mm-hmm.
some confusion was good in this area just because the reveal at the end really paid off. I like that he was evil. I like that he was wearing the yellow jacket. Really
Mm-hmm.
cool. Did it really well.
Yeah, I think him. When they first said Hope, I was like, oh, Hope is the one that's doing this.
That's what I thought too.
That's kind of like what in my head. And then I was thinking, wait, is Hope the wife? No, Hope is the daughter. I was like,
Yeah,
all right, I was completely thinking that was the wife, and he was upset about the wife being dead, but
yeah.
it's the daughter being dead.
I wonder if his wife lived in this, or he lost maybe both of them.
Yeah, he
He's
lost both.
extra bitter. Yeah,
And what's Paul Rudd doing right now? He's in jail.
yeah. He's doing nothing.
Is
He's
that
still in
Baskin
jail.
Robbins?
Yeah, I was just gonna say he's still just getting a job at Baskin, but he's most likely in jail, right? Because that's just not the Avengers phase. It's later on. He's introduced in
He's introduced in like 2016, 15.
the Civil War, right?
No,
Is he in Civil
before.
War?
Yeah, I guess he's in Civil
He
War, but his
is.
movie comes out
Well, his
before that.
movie came out, yeah, but I mean, like his like arc with the Avengers started
Yeah,
with the Civil
I
War.
wonder if he's going to be in this,
Yeah, see.
or at least in another episode.
Yeah, I guess they already have a flavor of Ant-Man in here, so maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, I know we're going to see Doctor Strange soon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what his episode's going to be. I feel like that's going to be a wacky one for sure.
Oh yeah, his stuff is always wacky.
You mentioned that like, oh, maybe we'll see someone from this, like as an evil person, show up in the real MCU.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of brings in like our Spider-Man reactions
Multiverse.
trailer.
Oh, okay.
Like we said some theories and stuff, but like a lot of people online are saying now like, oh, that's not Doctor Strange, that's someone else. And because like, why would he grant Spider-Man this stupid wish?
Yeah,
like if it's
that is true.
What if it's just like a variant Doctor Strange that
yeah,
cancels his wish instead?
you wouldn't think that Doctor Strange, unless he knows that this is something that's gotta happen, right? Because Doctor Strange kind of goes through all the scenarios, right? And maybe this is the best way. Right? It's very convoluted with him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you could always play it off as well. He's seen all the other outcomes, and he decided that this has to happen.
Yeah.
Like he could basically, like he's kind of like that bald lady. He could basically, bring forward what he wants in the universe because he's that powerful.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, it's
a
possible.
good theory.
I would like. It does say that slated to appear as Paul Rudd as Scott Lang. So maybe by the end of the series.
Okay. Got 3 more episodes. Wait, did they kill Hank? I can't remember now. Gosh.
No, Hank is alive.
They just jailed him, right?
Is he in jail? What's he in jail?
Is he in jail?
I thought they snuck him out by like shrinking him.
Oh, maybe that's what happened. I can't remember.
Yeah, who knows? We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah.
But I think this again is like another good episode. It's not a great episode.
Yeah, this is just the time constraint. Yeah,
time constraint.
The drawing was a little bit better. It just nobody looked like they're like actors, but that's fine. Like
Yeah, that's fair.
Tom Hiddleston kind of looked like, it's more his voice because you could hear it. Mark Ruffalo probably looked the best, and it's
Yeah,
funny
Mark Ruffalo
because
was done well.
his Hulk is from a Hulk when he didn't look like his Hulk, so that's
Yeah,
ironic.
yeah,
I think this is one of my favorites so far. It was a good episode.
yeah. I think this is really good. I mean, last week was really well done,
Yeah.
and also I want to mention that Phil Coulson, he
Oh
was
yeah.
simping for Thor
Thor
when he's
was
normally simping
Thor
for.
and Captain
Yeah,
America.
both. Yeah, both.
Yeah. Is he
Not just
supposed
like.
to be?
I mean, I think
Like,
he's never. I think he was made up for the MCU. I don't think he's originally in this show. Like any
okay.
comics.
Okay. Yeah, I like how his password was I love Steve. Steve knows something. And there's so much Steve in there. And I'm like, oh my God. And then he's like, he's got really good hair about Thor. He's like, I
Yeah.
stand by that description. That was funny.
And then he makes Nick Fury smell his hair. He
I
has a
think he
little
was,
bit of funny
you know,
moments.
there was no Maria. Oh gosh. What's her
Maria
name?
Hill.
Robin. There's no
No.
Robin in this. You would think anytime I see Nick Fury, she's in there. And in this episode, she's not. Maria Hill.
Yeah. I mean, she is slated to appear. Apparently, it's here. It's in the list of
You would
names.
think it'd be this episode. All
Yeah.
right. I think you know what they're gonna do. Maybe
The
not
last
this
episode.
season. Maybe not this season, but next season. I keep forgetting this is gonna have a season 2. But maybe what they'll do is they'll go into all these different multiverses and pull the Avengers piece by piece from all these different universes and create the Avengers team.
Oh, they could do that. Yeah.
That was what I thought at the end they were gonna do, and then I got confused because Loki was still happening.
Isn't that what's going to happen in Spider-Man? They're going to pull all the coolest Spider-Man to fight the Sinister Six.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Yeah,
Maybe they can't
that.
repeat that. They can't.
They will repeat
story.
that every movie going forward.
Yeah, yeah. There's a whole slew on YouTube of people just saying like Doctor Strange, Iron Man. What's the other one? I don't remember the other. They're basically saying that they're the same movies. Like it's the same formula.
I mean, the origin story in when you do the hero's journey, it's the same story for Batman, Iron Man, and Doctor Strange.
Yeah. It's pretty funny though. I mean, it's fine. They have enough different flavors for me to be entertained. Like Doctor Strange had this other layer of like magic and him learning about all this stuff. But I also liked the visual effects of Doctor Strange. So that was fun to watch in theaters, especially. I remember us being quite impressed by the way the movie looked.
Yeah, I think that on a visual point, I think it was really well done.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro was making fun of it though. Did you watch that? Just a quick
Doctor
aside.
Strange?
No, he made fun of Spider-Man, the trailer.
Oh.
And he's just like, oh. Yeah, he's like, oh, this looks exactly like Han Solo with the train fight. And then he was just like, oh, this looks like Inception. And I was like, oh my God. It's like, you're sucking all the fun out of it. Stop it.
Let people have fun.
Yeah. It's like, people are enjoying this right now. There's like so many people enjoying this that it's breaking records. So shh.
No, I think this is a $2 billion movie we're going to get. Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's easily. I'll go see it more than
once. We'll see it twice. We'll see this.
Yeah, easily. If it's good, we'll definitely go see it more than once.
So my theory right now is Tobey Maguire is going to be the Uncle Ben of the MCU.
Oh, I like that.
Like he's married to Marissa Tomei.
Oh,
but he's dead in a flashback.
Ooh, I like that a lot. Ooh, I hope so. That's a good theory.
But he's already dead.
Yeah.
And Earth 2 Spider-Man comes and it's him when he takes the face off.
Oh.
And then they're gonna see oh shit, you're my uncle.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, you know where that's from?
What?
It's from Flash. The exact Flash storyline.
Oh,
Flash's dad, and then Earth 2 Flash's dad.
Oh God. Right? Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, and then they're basically doing the same thing anyway, right? Because that guy played Flash in. Oh God! I hope they don't steal from DC. I mean, if they do, they'll make it better, so it's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
No, it made me think of that because I just watched the first Spider-Man yesterday.
Yeah, you've been going back and rewatching, right?
Because the first Spider-Man is like reminds me of Arrow and Flash, how
Mhm.
much they're inspired by Tobey Maguire's thing. Like everyone talks about it's inspired by Dark Knight, but
Mhm.
how much similarities with Tobey's Spider-Man is so there.
Yeah, yeah. I you know what? Like those movies back in the day, like I feel like superhero movies now are a little more lighthearted. Back then, they were pretty dark. Like Tobey Maguire's Spider Man's pretty freaking dark.
All this, I haven't finished the second one. The first one gets dark here and there.
Yeah,
Second one gets
second
dark.
one's is
Second,
pretty dark.
yeah.
Second one, like Doctor Ock with his wife and all that stuff. That is
Mm-hmm.
I remember in the end. And spoiler if no one's seen it. Like I remember being genuinely sad for Doc Ock. Like
Yeah.
I felt bad for him because he basically like realizes, crap, I'm not a good person.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, he gives himself up, right? Because
Yeah. Yeah.
like Spider-Man doesn't really do anything at the end. Like it's Doc Ock that,
He
from
kind of
what I
falls into the
remember.
sun or something, right?
Yeah, he kind of basically says I kind of deserve this, and kind of I'm like that is crazy because he loses his wife, right? That's the whole reason why he turns
Yeah, the
into
first
this.
experiment goes wrong and the
Right,
reactor explodes and the glass
right,
kills his wife.
right.
I literally
So
saw that right now.
this now, yeah. I think my second one was my favorite though. First one's good. Second one's better.
Second one's definitely better. I enjoy the third one. It has funny good moments.
You enjoy. Nobody likes the third one, but maybe I should go back and watch it now that the internet is ruined and rotted
I
our
think everyone
brains.
on the internet is now watching the first three Spider-Mans.
Yeah, yeah. After they saw Doc Ock in the trailer, everybody's like, "All right, what are you watching? You know."
Ours.
So they're gonna get a little bit of business
You get 1 week free with
spike up.
Amazon.
Yeah. Well,
I'll try and finish it.
they look out because yeah, people don't finish it and they'll continue like
Yeah, it's probably gonna happen.
that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm
But I'm
just only concern right now is Green Goblin dies at the end of the first movie,
yeah,
and then Doc Ock dies. So
yeah. Who are these people?
who are these people that are coming into Earth?
Yeah, they
like
didn't reveal
616?
who Green Goblin was. So
No, they just show his little bomb. I mean, it's
well,
not going to be
yeah,
James Franco, so he's canceled. But
he is canceled. I don't think they're hiring him for the
I
time
don't
being.
remember I don't know what he did, but it was impressive when he was acting and like teaching a class, and he'd fly back and forth every week.
Yeah, I remember reading that. I think he did something to a student in that class. So
Yeah.
maybe
I
be a
think
little less
movie about
impressed
it too.
going forward.
He made a movie about something with sleeping with kids,
Oh,
students or something. Did he have a show about that? Movie about that?
I don't know, but that sounds like something he would do.
Yeah.
I guess it was accepted back then because it's like, oh, these are 18 plus years girl, like, they're college students, so I'm allowed to do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Me Too era, obviously, that is not okay.
But I did enjoy him.
Probably wasn't okay beforehand
in
either.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I mean, I enjoy a lot of James Franco stuff.
you do. You did used to like him. I mean, I think you still do, but I think
Yeah,
he
no.
was. He's
I mean,
a
I
good
don't even
enough
know what
actor.
he did, but it's actually he seems okay, competent
I
enough.
told you
like,
he
that you
was
enjoy.
he was not being so teacherly with his students.
Okay.
That's the best way I could put it.
I know Seth Rogen doesn't want to be friends with them.
Yeah,
They're
I
used to be
know.
best friends.
Yeah, but they then yelled at Seth Rogen for that because they're like, "Oh, you're only doing that now because it's hurting your business." I'm like, "Yeah, it could be."
Yeah, he's selling weed.
Yeah,
plants
exactly.
Or pots or something. I don't know.
It sold out. It sold out right
Did it
away.
really?
Apparently.
I mean, of course it did. Of course, the winner.
Were we talking about cannabis? How did we get to that conversation?
It's what if? Can't wait. Anything.
What if James Franco and Seth Rogen were
James
no longer
Franco
friends?
got canceled instead of James Franco.
It's a wacky, wacky world we live in.
Yeah. No.
Right.
But
Well, if going back to the episode, I had nothing else to say. Good episode. Probably the most interesting one because it had the big hitters in it. Maybe not for long, but they were still there.
yeah. I can't wait to see more, and I hope that we get a longer episode. Maybe like the last one will be like a 45-minute episode, 40-minute episode.
40. I'll take 40. 40 is better than 30.
Yeah, and I think that's it for today.
Yes. Thank you, guys.